Hello Dr. Hatrong and Mr. Chong Won Sam. Today we'll be diving into one of the most significant financial collapse in history and become the largest bankruptcy in US history. Lehman Brothers bankruptcy. First of all, Lehman Brothers was a global financial services firm that founded in 1850 until September 15, 2008 as it declared bankruptcy. Lehman Brothers' initial success came from being the major commodities trading company specializing in the cotton market. And after that, the company started to shift to the investment banking and was highly successful. After maintaining success for decades, the downfall started to occur in the mid of 2000s when the company was deeply invested in both the mortgage-backed securities and collateral debt obligation. Lehman had approximately 5% of the derivatives outstanding globally at the time. In 2008, the US faced the worst financial crisis when the low housing price and low interest rates combined to create an exuberant mortgage market. Mortgage-backed securities or MBS enabled investors to purchase the right to a stream of payments backed by the underlying mortgage. This financial crisis affected all businesses sectors, but Lehman Brothers have taken its biggest toll.
As seen from the graph, the company's highest market capitalization, net income, and asset occurred in 2007. Ironically, company bankruptcy occurred a year later in 2008. While filing for the bankruptcy, the company had more assets, $691,063 billion, compared to liabilities, $668,573 billion. Theoretically, they could pay all the debts by selling all the assets, but they simply could not sell all those assets. The moment of its bankruptcy, the company only had $7,286 billion cash and liquid assets, which show the severe liquidity problem faced by the company. The mistake that Lehman Brothers did correlate a lot with the failure in managing the derivative. Two derivatives that company invest were MBS and CDO that relied on housing as their underlying asset. Once the housing price fell, all the assets that company had hit the rock bottom. The bailout attempts only led to the worsened situation as the company decided to keep on borrowing billions of dollars each day in the overnight wholesale funding market to operate.
Risk management of Lehman Brothers didn't work because of its initial extensive growth target. The risk management team of Lehman was only focusing on attracting consumers without realizing the volatile housing commodities. The company lacked measurable indicators to assess the performance, such as its liquidity, solvency, and profitability. Lehman lacked a robust product control process to account for residential whole loans. They failed to decipher the larger picture and forecast the upcoming events. Due to the excessive growth target, the management did too much window dressing presentation to attract investors and violated the Sarbanes-Oxley Act due to the overuse repos funding. Alongside the poor regulatory system, such as a way to low interest rate, excessive lending to unqualified lenders, and unwatched lending companies. All this lead to the huge financial crisis. The government should supervise all the Business Act to ensure they are serving their fiduciary duties.
Now, how do we prevent this? Better predictions should have been conducted to avoid the decrease in the underlying assets. Now, I wouldn't heavily rely on one underlying type of assets in my derivatives portfolio, since it would be too risky. When dealing with the initial crisis, the company was not aware of another risk arising from repos. Now, by keeping the transparency and communications within the company, better decisions could be made. If I were to be a part of the company, I would be cautious, while adopting an excessive growth strategy by doing the stress testing and scenario analysis during this decision-making process. The company should diversify the underlying asset selections to ensure the certainty. Additionally, I would keep on managing the healthy leveraging level to ensure the company's liquidity and solvability. Relying on repos and letting go huge amount of assets only lowered our credibility and exacerbated the crisis. So in conclusion of this case is that the government needs to regulate the liquidity standards, regular stress testing, and other limitations in the housing market. Moreover, companies in the banking sector should also maintain a good criterion of the mortgage to ensure the stability and capability of the consumers to pay back. Thank you for listening and thank you for your time, and I hope you enjoyed our presentation.